Good morning, everybody, and thank you for all. I'm Pamela, 44 years old. I come from Mauritius, a little island in the Indian Ocean. I am a single mother of a daughter of 19 years old who is waiting for confirmation of university. I am a machinist in Cleland, who is a member of Fairtrade. And I want to thank Mr. Andy from School, Mr. Mike also, all of you, the Glasgow City, the trade fair organization, to invite me to come here, because it's my first trip and it's my first speaking English, because I don't speak English at home. I speak Creole and a bit French, but I'm very pleased to be here with you. Like you know, Mauritius is a small island. We have 1.3 million of inhabitants, but we have different culture. We have Chinese, Hindus, Muslim, Christian, but all together we live in peace and harmony. We have different dishes also, because many countries have their favorite dishes, but Mauritius also have there, but Mauritius is different because they have different specialties. Chinese has fried noodle, Muslim have the special biryani, Hindus have roti or paratha, special bread coming from India that we eat with vegetable, and Christian, they have the famous curry pool and chili, who is chicken curry with rice, but my favorite is curry pool and paratha, because I mix Hindus and Christian together. But I am here to tell you my story, a little story with Mauritius is a paradise, but for me also it's a paradise. But for some years in my life it was not a paradise, because I started working in the age of 13 years old. I was helper in a woolen factory. Legally, the age of a worker must be over 16, but my family needed money. My mother gave birth to one of my sisters, and only my father was working in a sugarcane field, and the money was not enough. I go working, but sometimes when there is inspection from the government, when the Ministry of Employment come to inspect all around, one day I was inside and the inspector come. I have 14 years old. I was hidden in a basket because we cannot work at 14, and there was bundle of wool all around, and I was afraid, hidden in a basket. And after, when the ministry go out, we work like an adult, but not the same salary. We were paid in a meager salary. Meanwhile, after some years, 3 years, I got sick. I was suffering from a pulmonary infection and stopped working. But after 1 month, a new textile industry opened near my house. I go working there for about 4 or 5 years, and then I get married. I worked till I gave birth to my only one princess, whose name is Pascaline, and he is far from me. He's at home with his 31 degree. But I stay home for 2 years to look after her because I feed her. After this, I need money because my husband has not a fixed job. I go to work in a big company, big textile company. This company has destroyed my life. I am sorry, but I begin to work at 7:30 until 9 o'clock in the afternoon, at 9 p.m., sometimes at 11 p.m. from Monday to Friday, and then working also Saturday and Sunday from 7:30 to 7 p.m. I was never home for my daughter. I left her with my mother-in-law every day, every single day. I was never home for daily dinner. I was never home for special occasion. And the salary was 3,200 Mauritian rupee. About, I don't know how much they do here. And then we have piece rate. Piece rate means that you must work. One piece is one color that I put in a polo shirt. The polo shirt costs 25 cents. I must put over 1,200 color in a polo for 1 day. Meanwhile, my husband get annoyed. And one day, he told to me that I am not a wife in the house. He saw another woman who cared for him. And then he asked me for divorce. I was humiliated. I was destroyed, depressed. What to do because I'm working for my family, but I lost my family because of working. I take my daughter with me and return back to my mother's house where I'm still living today. I thought to myself, I will never go to a textile industry. I will never touch a machine. I take an employee in a new job, like Mauritius is a tourism island. I take a job in a tourist shop, but the salary were very meager and I must struggle. I worked for 5 years, the shop closed. But one day, a new story began to me. I was searching for my lost salary from the clothing shop. I saw a friend. We was talking about how life is, and then he asked me, what about my job? I said to him, I lost my job, and then I must search for another one. He asked me about graphite. My first impression was, no more textile industry. I will not go, because this destroyed my life. But he told me, come, this is a new generation of textile, a new generation. I said to him, I will surely think about it. I want to thank him. He is today my supervisor in Mauritius. He asked me about graphite, and I go for an interview, and the same day I began to work with graphite. My first impression is cafe is they work with 30% of disabled person. You have deaf and mute, you have physically disabled person, and you have also mentally disabled person. But all together, we look at the family. They treat you like human, not like the other job I do before. They respect us. They don't see us like a worker. And I want to thank a lot Mr. Gabriel Camudu, the director of Cafe, because for him, the company is not a worker's company, it's like his family. Every month, once 1 hour, we do a prayers, 1 hour prayers. When all together, because Mauritius is multicultural, we have Hindus, we have Tamils, Marathis, we have all, but all pray different. We pray differently, but 1 hour, Mr. Kamudu and all our employees, managers, staff, all, we pray the same prayer. We're all together. When we close our eyes, it's like a family prayer, and this moment is very important for me because we thank God that we are, and I'm very happy to be in this family. But today I am in peace because I'm working in a good environment, and because Crawford also is a part of a big family of Fairtrade. He embodies the 10 principles. One of the practical is at Crawford, we don't take children to work. The youngest people working at Crawford is 20 years. And we have people who are working in Crawford 30 years, because Crawford existed in 1982, 33 years ago. And Crawford ensures that all his employees get a good security, get a good life, get a good salary, because all we get the same salary, no discrimination. And I want that this continue, and there is many companies who can work like this with fair trade. Also, I want to thank Mr. Andy. I am here because he heard my story when he came to Mauritius 2013. I was just working three weeks later, and he invited me for a round table talk. I was afraid because for me, clients is not, I am afraid of clients because they already talk about quality, quantity, and like a machinist, if there is a failure is in your t-shirt, you will not say it to me because you don't know me. You will say it where you have buy it. But when the client go is not the same. But for Mr. Andy it's different. When he come to Mauritius, when I have the round table, he don't speak but listen. He listen to us, listen what the problem is, and I'm very happy that there is people like this. I want to tell you everybody that when you buy, don't look perhaps the price. I know the price, but look for what you are buying, because a human story behind everything fair trade you buy. Because cotton comes from India, we do yard, there is many, like I tell the children before putting a sweat, we have this sweat have passed behind a very long chain of people. And I am happy to be a part of the fair trade family. And like Mr. Andy said, go to school, and us will do our best to give you the best quality of uniform you will wear. Thank you, everybody. But I'm very pleased to be here with you.
Can we have a big Scottish cheer for Pamela, please?